The GForce Blade. Let's check it out. GForce is one of those companies that's up and coming, and yet they offer a variety of different firearms. This is the Blade 6. It's a 6-inch barrel. It's in the PDW style. It does have a Picatinny rail that allows it to fit on an arm brace, and it just is one of those compact, small firearms. And this has some differences over a lot of the small little PDWs. We're going to take a look at it, but the biggest part is that it is very budget friendly. We have reviewed the RPX-9. They do make the saddle horn, which is a lever action rifle. So when I say versatile, this company has a lot of different offerings. Now, this was actually sent from Nate at Guns on Deals, and he introduced me to the Blade, and it's just one of those little small compact firearms that's Glock Mag compatible, semi-automatic, and it has a lot of cool features. So a big thank you to Nate at Guns on Deals for sending the GForce Blade 6 for this review. GForce Arms Blade 6. That denotes the 6-inch barrel. They also make an 8-inch barrel. This is your PDW style. It's a pistol with a brace. You can get it with the brace or without the brace. It does have a Picatinny rail here to be able to use as an adapter. It is a 9mm. It takes Glock Mags. The big thing about this handgun, honestly, is the price. And we're going to get into that in a little bit, but this is extremely reasonable if you're looking for a small little personal defense weapon. So first thing, let's go ahead and make sure the gun's unloaded. We're going to drop our magazine. Again, Glock Mags. This is a KCI Korean mag, and it does come, but it fits all your standard Glock Mags. And honestly, that's what we were using. And then we're going to check the chamber, and the gun's empty. Beveled mag well to allow those mags to go in really well. Also, mag release. Again, we have just a lever here, but also we have where you can just push it down. And there is an AR-15 style magazine release here as well. So 3 different options. Barrel's made of 4140 steel. It's QPQ finished, which is a black nitride finish. 1/2 by 28 threads, and has a nice knurled thread protector. I mean, this is really easy to grab, and it seems to stay on really well. And the front cap of the barrel is fluted. We have a pick rail here at the bottom. Then we have 2 pick rails on either side, and they are bolted in. You can actually remove those if you want. And of course, we have a monolithic Picatinny rail all along the top. Now we have flip-up sights, we have a front post, and then here at the back we have an aperture very similar to your AR-15 style sights, which we ended up leaving these at the house when we went to the range, and we used an optic. But I really like the backup sights. They really come in handy. And if something happens to your optic, you've got them. The upper receiver is aluminum, including the handguard, the top receiver, and the frame. So this is a complete metal firearm. A lot of these little PDWs have a polymer frame, and then of course the metal at the top. It also has little loops right here and on this side for a sling swivel. And we have QD ports on either side as well. This is fully ambidextrous, and of course we have our safety, and it's the 45-degree safety, so it makes it really easy to bring down, and it does not interfere with your finger when you're bringing in to the trigger. Side charging handle, and this is non-reciprocating. We can lock it up at the top, and of course with that HK slap, just go forward. And we have a bolt release right here. The receiver is somewhat taller. There's a lot of space in between on the handguard, but that does match the upper receiver on the handgun. Picatinny rail section in the back, which allows you to attach any kind of brace. Of course, if you want to make this into an SBR, you can put a stock on it. There are packages where they do offer a brace, and again, they offer it just plain like it is. It comes in a number of colors. Comes in FDE, comes in green, an American flag design in red, white, and blue, and of course the black. It does have an AR-15 style grip. Now this one's molded, has a lot of nice texturing to it. It fills your hand, and it's nice, but you can switch this out for any AR-15 pistol grip. Now this does release and fold around to the other side. It is a very sturdy rubber. You have your strap, and it has a little detent, and then it just locks back in. And it takes any of your 9mm Glock mags. So you can have that short mag for shooting at the bench, or you can have the longer mag if you want a lot more capacity. Trigger guard is ample for gloved hands, and we do have a curved trigger, which is metal. As far as trigger action, we have some take up. Man, there is not much take up, and it breaks. Then the reset is real fast. It's not like a super crisp trigger, but it breaks really nice. Tactile and audible. Trigger pull weight with our Lyman Trigger Yates and Brownells. 5 pounds, 8 ounces. Not a bad trigger. Now, GForce Arms does import these from Turkey, and these are made by Salik Arms. And guys, we're finding that a lot of the Turkish firearms are really good quality and for a budget price. Well, guys, check out suchgear.com. We're doing monthly giveaways. We also have a weekly newsletter, and we have a lot of merch. So check out suchgear.com. Big thank you to Fiocchi for sponsoring the ammo, all made in the USA. Biggest suppliers of ammunition in the country. Also, big thanks to Lula Loaders with our red, white, and blue loader. GForce Blade. This is one of those, what I like to call PDWs. It's in a kind of a rifle form, and yet it's made with a brace, so it's really classified as a pistol. But that gives us a very small option, and then, of course, magazine capacity. This uses Glock Mags, so you have a lot of choices there. But overall, this has been a very reliable firearm. It has that blowback action, which is solid. And if you'll watch, the ejection pattern, man, is just going really strong. A little heavy, but that negates a lot of the recoil. Very comfortable rubberized grip. Of course, we put a brace on here just to give us a little more comfort. A lot of Picatinny rail sections. We have one of the Trigicon little small micro ACOGs on here, which is a little overkill, but man, it shows up extremely well. But using those standard Glock mags, and of course it comes with those SGW mags, which have been very reliable for us as far as aftermarket Glock mags. The controls are very intuitive, and it has a really nice mag release. I mean, it has the paddles right in front of the trigger guard, but then it has that loop, just brings that right out. The non-reciprocating charging handle, you don't have to worry about having your hand up at the front. And again, it does have a threaded barrel, so if you want to put a suppressor on here, I mean, it works that way. What I found with GForce is that they're making some good, solid firearms, and then coming in at a more reasonable price, which we typically see from Turkey. But it's just a really solid little shooter. Again, a little weighty, but definitely solid, and that really just helps with the recoil. And that's just a lot of fun to do.
Excellent, excellent.
Now for disassembly, we're going to go ahead and check the chamber again, make sure the gun is empty. Have a little bench block we're going to lay down here. Right here at the back you have a pin. You want to take that out. And it does retain on the other side. And then we have a pin up front next to the mag well. And then from the front, you start pulling out and you can remove your lower receiver. I'm telling you guys, this is all metal. It does have a little heft to it. Some of the receivers on some of these PDWs are so light. Some really unique milling that's going on right here. Trigger pack looks very similar to your AR-15 trigger pack. I'm not sure that that will interchange. But overall, I mean, very well done as far as the finishing. Now with the stock folded over, you're going to have to take off your brace because there is a pin we have to push through that the brace is actually blocking. And then right here is a small hole. There is a detent that's holding things together, so we're just going to take and push that through, and then we push up on the back plate. Now here at the top is your recoil spring and guide rod, and we're going to take a flathead screwdriver and we're just going to index it. You can go either way, but you got to be careful because once you turn it, just to press it in first, turn it, then it comes out just like that. And you can see that it's a keyed section that comes out only on certain directions. And here we'll pull it out. Let's go ahead and pull your bolt fully to the rear, and then we can turn it over and it should just fall right out. And you can see these sections right here that are locked and keyed into the receiver, which also locks into the lower receiver. It's going to give it a lot of stability. But guys, this bolt, heavy mass bolt, it's really large. Definitely that solid feel to it for the blowback action. Of course, here is your extractor, but that is solid. And guys, that is your complete field strip. Now for reassembly, making sure the bolt face is going into the forward position, and you can just drop it into those keyed areas. Go ahead and move it forward. Here at the back, we're going to return our recoil spring and guide rod. Next, we're going to take that flathead screwdriver and we're going to get it right into place. Then once it depresses, just turn it to a 90-degree angle, just like that. Now there's a post section right here, and this is where the pin goes through. So you want to make sure you get past it and just drop it down into the receiver. Just give it a little wrap and it should go into place. Then we're going to return our pins. And when it comes to the back cap, you can wait to put that on after you've assembled. Obviously we just did. So you wanted to press this little silver button right here that actually is a retainer, and then it just locks on your end cap. And then just add on your brace. Test for function, and we're good to go. Now also included is this small box, and we have all the cleaning supplies, brush, we have rods, just a little brush here. This is a pretty cool addition. Now, keeping your firearms maintained and cleaned is vital. Otis makes some of the best cleaning equipment out there. They make a number of different kits that are dedicated for different rifles, pistols. They also have Shooter's Choice, which makes excellent CLP and bore solvent and different cleaning materials. The Ripcord is one of their signatures, and there's a whole system based around it. They are suppliers to the U.S. military. So check out Otis Technologies, highly recommended, and we want to thank Otis for being a sponsor of the channel. As far as price, on Guns on Deals, they're coming in starting at $448, and then of course if you get the brace, it brings it up a little bit, and I think they have some packages as well. As far as pros and cons, first off, it takes Glock Mags. That's a big plus. The price is a huge plus. AR-15 pistol grip compatibility. You have your backup sights. Of course, it is threaded, and you have a lot of Picatinny rail sections. So that gives you a lot of advantages. And the pick rail on the back, you can put any kind of brace or stock if it's an SBR on the back. Controls are ambidextrous, and it's all metal construction. What are some cons? First off, I'd say that it was a little heavy. I mean, it is definitely has a little weight to it. It does have that all metal construction again. So while that's a pro, that's also a little bit of a weight addition. While it does have QD points and we have a mount here, this is a little bit sharp. I'd like to see that kind of toned down just a little bit. I like that it has the non-reciprocating charging handle. But pretty much overall, besides just a little bit of weight and having this toned down, I mean, these are great little pistols. And we shot the fire out of it. And of course, you know, with all the different type Glock mags you can use with this, it makes it very versatile. And again, it just gives you one of those PDW style personal defense weapon that you could stow away in your vehicle, at home, just take to the range and have a lot of fun. So guys, if you're looking for a small little PDW style pistol to put a brace on it or not, this makes a very good option for a very budget price. And some of those little PDWs can get up in price. And so this makes a good little compact, handy gun for truck gun, for home defense, just to take out to the range, and it just has a lot of cool features. And as always, a big thanks to Nate over at Guns on Deals for sending the GForce Blade 6 for this review. Be strong, be of good courage. God bless America. Long live the Republic. GForce is a firearms manufacturer that's been coming. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Report. God, what are y'all doing? Neck yourselves.
And of course, it takes the Glock Mags, which is what we
Feel like we're professional. We feel like Hollywood with that thing going around.
really nice. It comes out a little bit on the side. Mags fit in really well. Side charging handle, non-reciprocating. Bring that back, lock it in. Fudge. It also comes in American fact. There is a, wait a minute, I got the thing turned around. I got the thing turned around. What the crap, man, what the crap? Pistol caliber carbine, pistol form, pistol.